you see that? I hope so. Okie dokie. Thank you for joining me today. In this exercise, as with others a part of the series, I'll be reading a paragraph to you, and embedded within the paragraph are the potential for errors related to grammar, punctuation, syntax, and so forth. Please bear that in mind as it's being read to you. Afterwards, I'll ask that you pause the video to make your corrections independently and resume so that we can correct them together. Ideally, your corrections will align with my own. We're going to go ahead and get started, as I mentioned earlier, by me reading the paragraph. All right, starting with at the top. Eventually, all four children enter the land of Narnia during their adventures. They meet many interesting characters. Some are good and some are evil. You will have to read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe to find out whether Aslan, otherwise known as the, quote, King of Narnia, Mr. and Mrs. Beaverdwarf, Maugren, Father Christmas, and Tumnus are good or evil. Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy had to find out the hard way. Okie dokie. Go ahead and pause here to make your corrections independently. Gotta love this cold. Alrighty, I am moving and shaking, so let's go ahead and start as we do at the beginning. We should always start with a capital letter, which this unfortunately does not possess, so let's go ahead and add that in. Eventually, all four children enter the land of Narnia. I'm going to go ahead and capitalize the N in Narnia. Though, of course, Land of Narnia could be considered a part of that title, so I'll go ahead and capitalize Land in Narnia as well. So going back, eventually all four children enter the land of Narnia during their land of Narnia, period. Looks like we're concluding this thought. Jumping into the next, treat that as a new sentence, so we capitalize it. During their adventures, comma, they meet many interesting characters, period. Next sentence, let's start with let's go ahead and start with the capital. Some are good, comma, and some are evil, period. You, start with the capital, will have to read The Lion, capitalize that part since it's a part of the title, The Witch, and the Wardrobe, and since it's a publication, needs to be underlined, to find out whether Aslan, comma, otherwise known as the, quote, King of Narnia, and you'll see that we start with a quotation, but we don't end it. So I'm going to go ahead and end with a quotation after the comma, not before it. Mr. is a title. It's also an abbreviation, so we capitalize and add a period after. As well with Mrs. title and an abbreviation, so capitalize it and add that period. Mr. and Mrs. Beaver, Dwarf Maugren, comma, Father Christmas, comma, and Tumnus are good or evil, period. Next sentence, proper noun and the beginning of a sentence. Peter, comma, Susan, proper noun, capitalized, and Edmund, proper noun, capitalized. Edmund, Edmund and Lucy, capitalize it, had to find out the hard way, period. Sorry, forgive me, I'm a little wonky. I'm just coming out of a cold. All right, so those are the corrections that I have. If you had any other modifications, feel free to let me know what you did in the comment section below. Thank you.